Hey everybody, welcome to the Sparky AI review channel. My name is Jeff, and I'm here to talk to you, continue the failure series, and today I want to talk to you about coaching. So I had responded to an ad a couple years ago, it's like maybe like 2 years ago, about joining this coaching program. It's for wellness coaching, and it was basically to become a certified wellness coach. And the promise of this was, or the potential, I should say, was that you could make an extreme amount of money being a coach. So this coaching program, this coaching certification program, cost me a little over $5,000 to join. It was very expensive, $5,000 to be in this coaching program. Now, I will say that even though I consider this to be a failure on my part and not on the program's fault, I want to be clear about that. And that's with a lot of these other kinds of businesses. I accept 100% responsibility for the failures. Yes, there were things that could have been better. There were mistakes that were made, and you know things could have been more transparent, more clearly understood. But when you are a business owner, you assume all risks. That's the difference between being an employee and being a business owner. And being a business owner means that whatever comes up, it's 100% your responsibility and 100% on you. If you don't take the information and turn it into profit, that's on you, because you didn't ask the right questions when you joined, you didn't get the right assurances when you joined, and that's 100% on you, and it was 100% on me. So I was really inspired at the time, because there's a lot of people making a lot of money in coaching. The program that I joined, which is sort of like a coaching slash course content, over $5,000, and the people who are running this make an exuberant amounts of money. And it seems that if you go on Facebook, everybody seems to be a coach these days. People wanting you to join their coaching programs and all that, and it's not cheap, and there's no guarantee for success. Sometimes coaching programs will warranty your success, as this program did, and basically they said that when I joined, that if I didn't, once I completed the program, if I didn't, get like 10 paying customers, then they will continue to work with me until I do. So be very clear about this, legalese and all that. But this is a very clear situation. If you don't get 10 paying customers, they will keep working with you until you do. So the program actually was pretty good. There was a lot of stuff to be learned, a lot of stuff as far as wellness goes, and self-improvement, and as far as marketing and promotion. There's a lot of good content, and it was extensive. It really took weeks and weeks to go through this certification program, and working with other students, and then they had coaches there. But the program had a 1 year maximum time period where you had support. You had a Facebook group. You had weekly calls, and all that. And then when it's over, when that year is over, if you didn't get the whatever the minimum required customers were, basically they change your access level. You no longer have access to the Facebook group. You no longer have access to the coaching calls. You no longer have access to any type of support. Basically, it becomes a self-paced study program, and it really feels like, yes, I still have access to the course materials, and all the materials from the certification program, but I'm like on an island. I no longer have access to the Facebook group. I no longer have access to the weekly coaching calls. I'm just like, it's just, the information is just there. And, I can't complain too much, because first of all, they delivered exactly what they promised to deliver. And, I did like kind of like gently, messaged like one of the people who were the head people of this program, and he never replied back. And I said, it'd be nice to have some kind of like alumni program or something, or get some kind of support or something. But no, it's like when your year is up, and you pay for the year, and yeah, they have a guarantee, but basically you get reduced access. You only get access to an abbreviated portion of what you originally had during the year when you first joined. So that was a 5,000. I think it was like $5,500, and not to mention my time. And you can't make too many of those kinds of mistakes. I mean, you go bankrupt. I mean, 5 grand. And and there's no statistics. There's no like, okay, well, I would like to know how many other people joined this program and made something of it. I'll never get that information. That information will never be disclosed to me. And really, it's none of my business, because somebody else's success has nothing to do with me. Anybody else's success or failure has nothing to do with me. When I create this failure series, I'm only trying to highlight my particular struggles, and just trying to like contrast the Sparky AI program to these other types of money making programs. Because when somebody comes up and says, I have a hard time coming up with $500, like I said, I don't know too many other programs that you can get started realistically for $500. Um, not unless it costs you, not unless you're willing to like, put a whole bunch of time into that endeavor. You're generally, it's not going to happen. But when you don't have $500 might as well be $5 million. If you don't have $500, there's some people who are living or that strapped, and they don't have any money at all. And then it's like, okay, that's why I keep making these videos and saying, hey, if this is an issue, getting involved with Sparky, if it's an issue, then you need to contact me so that we can work on some ideas, some things that you can do around the house. You can sell some things on eBay. You can sell books. There's a program, you can write letters. I write letters, and I make money writing letters to these billion-dollar companies. That it's very short. This is not creative writing, by the way. This is it's an interesting situation, but it's legit. And I've been making about $3,000 a month for the better part of a year, and it's been in existence for more than a decade. So it's not something, I don't think it's completely sustainable, and it's legal. The companies that do this don't like it, but they have to, and there's a whole reason and explanation why. Without giving it away, I'm not going to give it away. You're going to have to contact me. You're going to have to contact me, and I'm going to have to show you, and we're going to have a conversation about your situation. And I'm just saying that, I used to drive for Uber. I still have an Uber account, but I can write one of these letters, and they really are like a 4x6 index card. You write this standard message, and then you put a stamp on it, and you send it off, and it takes about 5 to 7 minutes, depending on, I'm a slow writer, and my writing is not all that great. And I don't write cursive or anything. I print them out. As long as it's legible, that's all it is. As long as somebody can read it, and you mail it, then you're gonna make some money. It's gonna take about 3 months, to process those letters. But you start writing now, and you start writing and writing, and you write every day. And I figure, well, I can drive for Uber, and get in my car, and I have a Tesla, so it's energy. So I can put miles on the Tesla, and I can, deal with customers, and sometimes it's fun. I'm in the Orlando area. It's fun to sometimes interact with tourists and all that, especially. But it's a grind. Or I can, right here at the comfort of my desk, for basically the same amount of money, um, I can, basically stay in my house and write these letters and achieve basically the same result. And instead of driving all over the place and running the risk of an accident or um, you know some other situations, sometimes it can be dangerous being an Uber driver. Sometimes it's like one day we have one county, Orange County here in Florida. They have red light cameras, and one day I was tailing somebody going through a light as it was changing, and he had slowed down, like you know, and I had went through the red light because I was thinking I was going to have plenty of time to make it, but for some reason the car in front of me just came to like an abrupt stop, and my car was just kept on rolling through the intersection, and light had turned red as I was going through the intersection, and that cost me 155, something like $155 for that, and that basically, that's a whole day's worth of pay just for running the red light. It's just like I would work for free just to pay the county for that red light fee. Just stuff like that. Have had people throw up in my car. I should make another failure series just on Uber, but yeah, people throw up in my car, spill drinks in my car, leave trash. I had one guy who was drunk, hit his spouse in my car. Um, very, very, and these are extreme examples, but they did happen, and it's just like, I think letter writing is much easier. It's a grind, and a lot of times, you're writing these letters, you're getting paid like $5 per letter. So you have your $5, and then you subtract the cost of postage. I don't know, it was like 74 cents for a stamp and the envelope and the index cards. So maybe you're making $3, $4, a letter that you're netting about $3 to $4, per letter, because I'm sure some letters aren't going to make it to its destination. You're not sending these letters by certified mail. You're just using regular, first class stamp. But I've had good success with the letter writing. It's just a grind. It really is. It's like you set a goal to do like my goal is to do like 30 letters a day, and that's that should be netting me about $100 a day. And it's more than that, because if it's $5 credit per letter, then that's it's like 150. But then you're counting your expenses and whatnot, and you don't get paid exactly the $5 per letter. It's credited back to you, but there's a conversion process. It's not that complicated. In the beginning, like, I don't want to give the whole system away, because if somebody would have told me about the system, I would have never gotten started with this, because I'm like, oh, it doesn't. That seems kind of like hokey and all that, but it really works. It's completely legit. So it's nice when you can make money and you don't have to interface with anybody or talk to anybody, or you can do it right from the comfort of your home. I write my letters, I put them in the mailbox, and it's like a pipeline. It's like and um, you wait a couple months with anxious anticipation, and you're going to get your credits. You're going to convert them, and you're going to cash out. And I've been having nice weekly, almost sometimes it credits like every 10 days or so. But I've been making about $3 grand a month with that. So that's great. When you don't have a boss or anything, it's great. Even this $3 grand is not a lot of money for all the time, writing the letters, but it's better than nothing, and it's a very nice little side hustle. Anyway, all that's to say that whether you're selling books on Amazon, which I do, or you're doing things, putting together $500 should not be hard. Should not be hard for you to do. Um, and if you compare that to the coaching program, the coaching certification program that I was in, that I spent $5,500, give or take a couple $100. I can't remember. It was over 5 grand. Um, you know, I got value by being a student of it and going through that my own personal journey. But uh, the problem with me as far as being a coach is that, I'm a disabled veteran. I'm not the epitome of wellness. Maybe I have imposter syndrome where I don't feel comfortable like giving advice to others when, um, being somebody's coach and asking somebody to pay me exorbitant amounts of money when I'm not there myself yet. And this is something that they would say in the program was that as long as you're on the journey with people, it doesn't matter, you know. Um, but still, it's just my comfort level. It's just getting involved with something. And I've done this many times with many different types of programs. I've joined programs, and then when I joined the programs, I decided, you know what, this is just not for me. This is not for me. Um, I'd like to do this, you know. Um, I'd like to go out and do something like this, be a coach. I'd like to be an author. I'd like to be able to sing and dance and draw and paint. I don't have any of those skills. God did not bless me with those skills. Those are not my gifts. So, but He did give me tenacity, and I do have like this way of surviving. Um, so I'm trying to do more than just survive. I'm trying to take myself to the next level. So I am on the journey. I'm on the journey with you right now. And I'm really excited about Sparky AI. I just finished a call this evening. There was a conference call today, the first kicking off the 2025 year. There's so many great innovations coming with Sparky AI, and it's an almost completely unknown company. And they have very ambitious goals. I think they say they want to have 1 million people in Sparky AI in 2025, and they only have like a few thousand right now. So, um, do you want to get involved when everybody else is on board? And because it'll be much harder, even with the automation, with Sparky AI doing all the most of the heavy lifting. Do you want to get involved with it then, or do you want to do it now? And I would also say it's a it's an interesting situation where Sparky is set up to call your leads and text them and message them. And then they also have real live virtual assistants following up in addition to Sparky on your behalf so that you literally don't have to do very much. But, and I don't really want to say you don't have to do anything, because if you did do this, you are just multiplying the efforts of the automated marketing system. You are positioning yourself to make even more money. I mean, how much do you want to make? Do you want to make a little, or do you want to make a lot? And I think everybody who comes in now, and even if they don't succeed, if they buy an ad pack, I think that they can do well with this. But if you want to take it, if you want to be like set for life, I think, in my opinion, I think taking that extra step and talking to a few people in a very, very, here's the information. It's artificial intelligence is changing the world. I'm completely blown away by like Chat GPT and the one on X, Grok. I think it's Gronk. I would never say it right. But these technologies are just amazing, and it's just getting better and better. And it's like the AI is coming for our jobs. When AI can have a conversation with your leads and close them and answer their questions, it's like we really have to be able to reinvent ourselves in order to avoid obsolescence. We really have to you know, um, make sure that we are positioned ourselves so that when and not if this revolution is taking place, that we're going to profit from it, and we're not going to be left behind. And I think the whole world is going to change. And the only question remains is, where are you going to be in this process? So it's very simple. There's no stress to this, folks. Sign up as a free member, and then work with me, and then let's help you find the money. So at least join as a premier member, $100 a month, and then I'd say you join as a premier and a premier plus, and you get the basic ad pack. It's going to set you back $500, and get started that way. The free membership will give you the opportunity to take a look under the hood, to test drive it, and you'll see, because once you sign up as a free member, that system is going to start doing to you what it's going to do for your people, for people who come after you. And it's going to be relentless. It's going to call them, it's going to text them, it's going to email them, it's going to follow them around with retargeting on ads. When they go to Facebook or Google, they're going to see ads popping up all over the place. And basically, it's not going to stop until that person says uncle and asks to be opt out, or they're going to sign up. So again, go to jefforlando.com, sign up, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Thank you.